Welcome back to the land of Bohemia, my friends. Today, I'm taking everything personally. What does that mean? Well, let's just say this. Every insult thrown at me will be paid for in blood. This means no forgiveness or second chances. And trust me guys, this game doesn't believe in kindness. The people here are rude as hell. And I'm here to make sure every word has consequences. So prepare yourselves. It's going to be a glorious bloodbath. To keep things fun, I've sorted insults into 3 categories and each one gets punished. For a mild insult, I will have to kill 5 people. Medium insults, so mocking my look or status, this will cost 10 people their lives. And for harsh or vulgar attacks, 20 people will pay with their lives. So without wasting any more time, let's see how much blood will be spilled today, all thanks to the fools who dared insult the butcher of Skalitz. The beautiful lands of Bohemia, riding with my companions as humble messengers on our way to Trotsky Castle. The sun is shining, the horses are steady, and I'm enjoying the peace of nature with the boys. Truly, nothing could ruin this perfect moment.
I can't have an ignoramus for a personal bodyguard!
Okay Hans, seriously? We've been in the game for less than a minute and you're already starting? Calling me an ignoramus will cost 10 people their lives and this is all on you. Anyway, let's move on.
Christ, Henry, don't be such a stick in the mud!
Okay, Hans, we left Rete maybe 5 minutes ago and we're already at 2 insults. From the guy who's supposed to be on my side. Luckily, that only counts as a mild insult. No big deal, just 5 people will pay with their lives.
God help me, my bodyguard's a monk who can't speak Latin!
This is literally the first cutscene and I'm just sitting here being insulted. This one was pretty brutal, so it will cost 20 people their lives. So let's do the math. Sir Hans, just by opening your mouth during the first cutscene, you've racked up 35 deaths. At this rate, if you ever become the ruler of Rete, the kingdom's population won't last a week. After a long day of riding, it's finally time to relax and make camp.
I stink almost as bad as the rest of you, and you lot are rank!
At this point, I can't even pretend to be surprised anymore. Let me just safely stash my money here because, judging by the way this challenge is going, I'm going to need every advantage I can get for the kill streak Hans is causing. Well, Sir Hans, time to teach you how to fight like a real nobleman.
Kiss my ass.
Okay, that's not very gentlemanly of you, my friend. And let me be clear, I'm absolutely not going to do that. Our companions get slaughtered by bandits, and when it's finally time to escape, I hear this.
The bastards with them!
And honestly, getting insulted by actual enemies instead of the men I'm supposed to protect feels kinda satisfying. Naked and wounded, we make our way through the woods, hunted by bandits. And of course, being cursed and insulted seems to be part of their hunting ritual.
Fuck those naked bastards! Fuck you, horse!
Finally, I managed to kill our first enemy by shoving him off a cliff. I know it's not exactly knightly, but hey, it works. And the bandits don't stop there. Soon enough, we get a 3rd round of being called horses. Luckily, Sir Hans actually deals with this one, though he gets seriously hurt in the process. On my way to heal him, I finally have some peace. No insults, just me picking flowers and burying corpses. Even when I failed to persuade 2 bandits and they attacked me, they didn't insult me. Anyway, I managed to kill 2 more bad guys without a single insult, reducing the kill count by a little. Finally, Sir Hans is back on his feet and we are ready to leave for Trotsky Castle. Though I won't lie, I'm nervous. Traveling with Hans, the insult factory, is never peaceful. And then it happens. Hans gets insulted instead of me. And I can't lie, watching him get roasted is kind of satisfying. This feels like a little redemption. But of course, our luck doesn't hold. Before we can leave, someone calls us beggars and vagabonds covered in shit, and that's gonna cost a few more lives. The people at the local inn don't treat us any better. We still have to work just to get our crappy food. And yes, carrying sacks back and forth is apparently part of the job. Honestly, I don't even bother asking Hans for help because guess what? I'm just trying to avoid getting insulted again. The good news is there's this beautiful lady by the pond who for once doesn't mock me. Instead, she actually gives us a clue about the Semin wedding. And let's just say we definitely need to be there. For a moment I thought just maybe we'd get away without another insult. But nope, innkeeper Betty just couldn't resist. She turns to the lady by the pond and says,
Is this vagabond bothering you?
"Thanks, Betty, really appreciate it. I guess I really do look like a vagabond." And just like that, another insult on the list and more lives to pay for it. And speaking of trouble, Sir Hans seems to attracted like flies to a stable. He has this natural talent for making things worse. This time he's already picking a fight with the bailiff's son, and of course I get dragged into it. Now I actually have a choice here: step in and defend Hans or just stay quiet. And for once I decide to keep my mouth shut. The less I talk, the fewer insults I risk, and maybe the more lives I can spare. Suddenly the bailiff's son turns to me and says,
Hey you! Get your sweetheart and fuck off out of our village. Both of you.
"Really? I'm being the nice guy, trying to keep the peace, and this is what I get?" And as if the insults weren't enough, I also catch a few fists. It's time for a little rage therapy, some good old-fashioned fist fighting, courtesy of Hans. At least these guys don't insult me, which makes it kind of hilarious. And as if that wasn't enough, the guards slip in with their own insults, because of course they do.
What the hell is going on here? Grab them vagabonds!
Well, Sir Hans, it looks like it's just me and you now, and this time I'm done keeping quiet. Staying silent clearly makes things worse, so now I'm speaking my mind.
I'm the only one of us with any sense. I'm not the one who acts like a spoiled child. I tolerate all your stupid fucking whims, and what do I get? Insults and accusations. All you cared about was whoring and boozing. You know full well the ambush was your fault, and now you're kicking out so you don't have to admit it. Nobody could be proud of you, Capon. Nobody.
You're just a simple peasant who has no idea how the world works. You're fucking useless. You couldn't even keep an eye on your own mutt.
Here we go. Hans just left us, and now we're alone in a world full of hate. Nothing but our vagabond clothes, no money, and a massive kill list of 202 people behind us. This is where the real challenge begins. We stumble across a beggar named Bara, who for some reason actually enjoys our suffering. From her, we managed to scrape together a lockpick, 5 groschen, and of course, 2 fresh insults. First she tells us we're nothing compared to Tomcat, then she twists the knife even deeper by saying,
I'll be a queen before you can afford a horse from Semine.
"Well then, challenge accepted. It's time to prove Bara wrong." Step 1. Wash myself, because guess what? I'm trying to avoid more insults, and if that kill count climbs any higher, there's no way I will be able to finish this challenge. Step number 2. Gather 200 nettles so I can unlock the resistance perk, giving me a permanent +2 vitality boost. Step number 3. Sell all the herbs I collected for some starting cash. And of course, I need to find a place to sleep. Since Betty hates us, I'm just gonna go upstairs and borrow some of her stuff. And lastly, I need a horse for transportation and storage. The best place to get a horse is Semine, so I have to go there. The problem is Semine is quite far away, so I will have to borrow some transportation. On the way, I keep looking over my shoulder, half expecting guards to come charging after me, but I keep riding because I know what's waiting for me at the end of the road. And there she is, Pebbles, my girl. I have to get her back. The only problem is my persuasion skills are horrible and I don't have the 60 groschen to buy her. The seller doesn't want my few coins anyway, so it's time to make some money one way or another. After looking around Semine, I spot some keys lying around, practically begging me to take them, and of course I do, while making sure no one's watching. The keys unlock the blacksmith's chest, which unfortunately has no money in it. My search continues, or at least it would have continued if I hadn't been caught. Turns out someone saw me steal the keys and now I'm facing a 200 groschen fine or punishment. My persuasion fails, I don't have the cash, and I'm definitely not going back to the stocks. So I do what Henry does best: run. And if I'm running, I'm not leaving without Pebbles. What follows is pure chaos. Knocked off my horse. smacked in the head repeatedly, chased endlessly by guards. But somehow we escaped. Don't ask me how, but we did it, and without a single insult. That's the real miracle. Of course, I'm now officially a criminal in Semin, which means avoiding town for a while. After riding for a bit, I come across a wagon and decide to rest to catch my breath and have some refreshments. But when I turn back, Pebbles is gone. Just gone. No goodbye, no warning. She abandoned me. Betrayed by my own horse, I now have to crawl back to Semin and borrow another one. And then, out of nowhere, there she is. Pebbles, my girl, waiting for me like nothing even happened. Following the main road, I stumble upon the nomads' camp, and for once I am treated like a real human being. In fact, it feels like they were actually expecting me, and one of them even tames Pebbles for just 30 Groschen and throws in a saddle as a bonus gift. Now at last, I've got my horse back for real, which means only one thing. It's time to deal with this Tomcat guy. Tomcat is actually nice enough to give us a few fighting lessons for free, but here's the thing, we're not here for the basics, we want his master technique, and to get it we need to defeat him in a duel. The only problem is Tomcat is a man of honor and he won't even fight me because I've got no armor. Fair enough I guess, but that means it's time to gear up. For that, I will need a bit of money, so time to get back on my horse and get some. On the road, I find this bath place where there is a sack with a few groschen, a treasure map and some supplies. Even better, in the marsh nearby, I managed to fish out a sword. Only problem, I don't have the skills to wield it yet. This will do for now. It's time to get back to the nomads camp and prepare for my master plan. The money from the sack is just enough to fund my master plan, with a little bit of haggling, of course. I will buy some poison, marigold decoction and a dagger. This is everything I will need. Now it's time to head back to where this whole journey began, because tonight we're getting our first real kills in the game. But before anything begins, I'll take a moment to rest in this abandoned house. Inside, I find 3 nests full of feathers, a night-hawk potion, and a few spare groschen. Not much, but it will do. Let's keep some time and wait for the nightfall, because the dagger shines best under the cover of darkness. The sky clears, the moonlight breaks through, and that's my cue. One by one, I strip off my clothes to reduce the noise and the visibility. But before the bloodbath begins, there's something I need to reclaim. Remember the groschen I stashed away in the prologue? They're still here, untouched, waiting to be picked up. Now it's time. Time to kill every last of one of these bastards who butchered our companions. My dagger will be my closest friend tonight, and for desperate moments I've got poison on my sword. With every strike, I'm not just reducing the kill count, I'm avenging those who fell beside me. So let's hear Henry's prayer, whispered under the stars, while the blood begins to spill.
Fellas, I'm sorry for what happened to you. None of you deserved this. We really appreciated having you with us on our journey. You helped us and stood by us right till the end, and I promise we'll finish our mission. Almighty God, Lord of the living and the dead, I earnestly pray for these men who've lost their lives. Absolve them of their sins, and take away any obstacle that stands on their path to you. Show them your mercy, and grant them the joy of your presence. May perpetual light shine upon them, and may they rest in peace. Through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Now that they're all dead, I'm looting every last piece of gear and heading back to the nomads camp. There, I finally get a good night's rest, knowing I've avenged my companions, and start the morning with a well-earned breakfast. Time to sort through the loot, keep the best armor pieces for myself, and sell the rest for a bit of groschen. Now that I finally have proper armor, Tomcat can't refuse me anymore, so he will have to duel me. I've got a little trick to make this fight impossible to lose. Poison on my blade. One hit is all it takes. Then I just defend, wait it out and let the poison do the work until he surrenders. I know you will hate me for doing this, but well, I've got a full kill list ahead of me and no time to waste. And it works! Tomcat teaches me the best technique in the game, the one that turns Henry into a real killing machine. The Nomad's camp has done its job. It gave me rest, a horse, armor, and a head start in this challenge. But now it's time to move on, and my next goal is the Semin wedding. Don't worry though, I'll be back. I'm paying a visit to Miller Crazel, the man who offers me a bed, some food and a roof. But of course, nothing comes for free. In return, I have to carry flour sacks. But these aren't just any sacks. After poking around a bit, I discovered the Miller's little secret. And just like that, he gives me my first real mission. Sneak into the bailiff's house in Troskowitz and retrieve a stolen document. Before sending me off though, he just has to call me a tramp.
What a tramp like you is doing with a document he can't even read.
The mill itself is the perfect training ground. I work on my thievery and stealth with lockpicking, takedowns and pickpocketing. For strength, there are fist fights. One by one, I beat down the hired hands, but the last one just can't keep his mouth shut.
I stripped in like you, and you whipped my ass.
I also hear whispers about the woodcutter's stash, so naturally I have to check it out. The woodcutters are real masterminds. Look at this, they hid their key in a bird's nest. I'm sure no one would ever think to check there. Night falls and it's time to handle business in Troskowitz. With a little pickpocketing, I slip the keys right off the bailiff's people, crack open his chest and walk out with the document. Plus a few extra goodies while everyone is asleep. On the way back, I spot something strange. A lone rider. It's a fucking Cuman and there's no way I'm letting him pass. This bastard slaughters Skalids and this one pays the price. His horse too, because Pebbles deserves a new premium saddle. A little further down the road I meet a villager, all alone in the night. No witnesses, no questions, just one less name on the kill list. Back at the mill I hand over the document, but the miller, he wants more. I'm really not happy with this, so that wasn't part of our deal and I don't like being played. So he goes to bed and I go after his wife.
You shitting yourself?
Now that the miller and his wife are gone, it's time to erase any traces. I can't leave witnesses behind. The next targets are the hired hands at the mill.
Hey, what are you lying here for? We'll have him! You're I'll beat you to a... Do it!
Only one person remains. And now the mill is mine. A bed, food on the table, and no one left to stand in my way. I sleep soundly and wake up feeling unstoppable. But there's no time to get comfortable. The Semin wedding won't wait and I need another way in. So my next stop is Blacksmith Radovan. And before I go, I've got something special for you guys. To celebrate the channel's growth and to thank you for all of your support, I'm hosting a giveaway. I'll be giving away one Steam copy of the upcoming Legacy of the Forge DLC for KCD2, which will be released on September 9th. To enter, you just need to be subscribed to the channel and drop a comment down below. The winner will be chosen with a randomizer app based on the comments and announced right before the DLC goes live. Good luck!